that would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good morning. Happy Friday Eve, and thanks for joining us here on 9 News Now on WAFB+.
I don't know if you can see it, but man, we got some birds out on False River, the new roads right there, right?
It's time to go fishing.
Apparently, it's National Gumbo Day. I don't know what they're going after. I don't even know. National Gumbo. Okay, I just said that. National Gumbo.
National Gumbo
Day. Do they do gumbo like up north and
That's
east?
a good question. And what does their gumbo look like and taste like? That's a more important question.
And by north, I of course mean just north of the I-10-12 corridor, because even that gets weird.
Yes.
We're very picky, Jared. Good morning to you.
Because I was going to say, if you're talking about like up north, no,
Right.
they have no clue.
Exactly.
Way north, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
they
indeed.
could
You're
make a
right.
gumbo, but it
Right.
would not be very good. Yes, as you guys
No.
mentioned, beautiful out there. We got some birds, hopefully some fish, and a little bit of sun that you can see over in the distance over the False River. Man, a lot of birds. You guys weren't kidding. And it looks like it's pretty decent out there. We're starting things off right at about 60 degrees, now 61 out your door. Winds are calm. They should be relatively light throughout the day. Yesterday, because of all the rain, we did not warm up at all. The high temperature yesterday didn't even make it out of the upper 60s for highs. Of course, it'll be warmer than that for today, but we picked up about 1.5 inches in the rain gauge at BTR. That was the thing. They were in this big green swath of rain right here, mainly on the west side of town, where we had between 1 to 2 inches of rain, couple 3-inch bullseyes there, and it was some desperately needed rain and not much more in the upcoming forecast. Live local radar, we zoom out a little bit. We don't really see anything. That big rain shield is now out to the southeastern United States, even popping off a couple of warnings, a couple of tornado warnings over in Florida. Meantime, we're going to do that roller coaster thing again with those temperatures. We only had 60s yesterday. We're back to the 80s, low 80s for today, upper 80s for tomorrow. And then here comes this cold front Saturday morning. It's going to be a dry front, but it unloads all that cold Canadian air. Look at that next week, early next week, that cold air is across the entire eastern half of the United States. So don't get too used to this warm up that we'll have today and tomorrow. There you see that day of transition Saturday, and then beyond that point, we really see those lows start to bottom out Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning of next week. We're talking a couple of 40s once again. I agree with the computer model. We'll have some clouds in the morning, then we'll have more sunshine in the afternoon. They're going with a high of 82, and yes, I totally agree with that. I'm forecasting 82. Overnight lows in this low to mid 60s, and then it looks like we could see another round of fog developing after midnight tonight into daybreak tomorrow morning. As I mentioned, hopefully you got some of that rain, because we're not going to have too many more chances. Even this front that moves through early Saturday, it's going to be mainly a dry front and gives us a reinforcing shot of stable air. Out to the tropics, we've got one wave with a low chance of development, and we have what's left of Tropical Depression Sean. Otherwise, no news is good news out there to the Atlantic. For today, starting things off mostly cloudy, then becoming partly cloudy with a high temperature a little bit warmer in the low 80s. Then for tonight, we'll be mild, a little bit on the muggy side with the overnight low down to 64. And again, after midnight, we'll start to see some patchy fog develop. The weekend is looking good. Your outdoor plans are good for Saturday and Sunday. Lots of sunshine both days. Sunday is the cooler day of the two because we're going to be behind that cold front, and we'll continue with that cooling trend. Again, not much in the way of rain chances here. Look at that. Next week, early next week, highs only in the low to mid 70s, lows right back down to the 40s. So again, a little bit warmer today, much warmer tomorrow, and then we return to our fall temperatures just like that. 7:06 out your door. Johnny A., hopefully the roads are as good as that forecast.
Well, I don't think so. That forecast is fantastic.
It is.
Thank you, Jared Silverman. Good morning, everybody. Here on the 9 News Now, where you have a couple of wrecks. One of them actually I think is gone now. Let's see. This is the one that we were looking at earlier where Old Hammond Highway and Flannery, where Flannery kind of dead ends to that area. Look at the interstates. This is I-10 at the split facing toward Essen. You can see I-10 at the westbound side starting to tap some brakes around Essen Lane, and then I-12 right past Essen at the overpass there, and you make your way to I-10. Slow moving traffic there on the exit that takes you over to the I-10 from I-12 west. And the bridge traffic is flowing okay. Starting to see our morning 7 o'clock hour backups coming in from the west on 10 eastbound. Drive times coming in from Gonzales still good on the interstate. We're up to 18 minutes, which is not bad from Juban to the 10-12, and then 3 to 4 minutes and you're in the downtown area. 7:07 WAFB Plus, lots of things on the Plus. Make sure you kind of scroll around and find some stuff. Every morning we're live right here at 7 o'clock, and we give you a little brief summary of what we covered this morning that you might have missed during the 9 News this morning. And we go to the Studio B for that. Matt, Liz, good morning.
Good morning to you, Johnny. And we start with the roundup kind of around the world, where we start you today, again, in Israel, where we're still keeping our eyes on the conflict there between Hamas, militant group, the terrorists that launched the attack there over the weekend. We're still seeing what now, the 6th day of the retaliation strikes. Right. So in the middle of this, you still have many more civilians who are in the middle of this bombed building along the Gaza strips. People are trying to get out. Hospitals are overwhelmed, trying to take care of the people injured by all of this.
And now you have about 300,000 Israeli reservists stationing themselves the southern part of the country for a possible ground invasion into Gaza. Is that going to be the next step? So as this continues to escalate, what is that next step? How do we get the Americans who are still there out? Some being, as you mentioned, held hostage. The world watching this just crisis unfold. And here's the thing, the United States at many levels is going to be involved. We've got an aircraft carrier strike group already positioning itself right there, showing military force. But as far as any aid given to perhaps the situation, and then anything else that we want to do as a country just here in our part of the world, we can't get anything really done until we solve something in D.C.
That's it. Can you believe it's already been more than a week since Kevin McCarthy was ousted at House Speaker? So in the last week, lots of developments here. And just yesterday, we've learned that House Majority Leader Steve Scalise got the Republican nomination for that bid. But does he have the 217 votes he needs to secure the House Speaker seat? Well, we're waiting on a vote possibly happening today. The House reconvenes at noon today, hopefully giving him some time to secure the votes that he needs to get that.
They are saying that they're not going to go to the floor, not going to go to they don't want to repeat of what happened with McCarthy, the whole world watching 15 attempts. They're saying they're going to figure out if they have the 217 votes needed before they go. We'll see when that happens, because a lot needs to get done and nothing can happen until that gets done. Let's get you back into South Louisiana. Shooting investigation. BRPD needs a little bit of help here. Yeah,
if you recall any of this, there's a hardware store kind of outside of McClellan Drive in the Brookstown area, near Evangeline. So around 6:45 last night, we're told one person was shot there, taken to a hospital. We're unsure about the injuries right now, but police are still looking to forward this investigation. So if you maybe heard something, maybe you were passing by that hardware store at the time, go ahead and report that tip to Crime Stoppers. You've got the P3 Tips app or crimestoppers225.com.
Some easy ways to get involved here. Speaking of everything law enforcement related, Mayor Sharon Weston Broom, police chief right now, we know who the chief of police is. We also know there's going to be a new one coming up in November. There's a list of candidates. She put together a committee to kind of look at everybody. That's
it, made up of community members here. So they're going to have some public meetings as they kind of whittle down the candidates here. The goal is to ideally get it between 5 and 7. They're going to review their test processes, do and be involved in the interview process, and then nominate those candidates to go to the mayor. She'll then pick out of that list there, and then they want to hear from the community as well. There's a number of different meetings that they're going to have. We actually have those listed, the dates listed for you at the bottom of this story. Get in the know.
It is. It's easy. It's right there waiting for you in this story. I want to let you know a little bit about this, because this we were thinking maybe we were getting an update on the Brave Cave investigation yesterday at the Metro Council meeting. A report was brought to the Metro Council, but the Metro Council didn't hear it.
Because it was added in as a last-minute emergency item, and they wanted to give this adequate time. And so, is it going to come up again? Yes, but it can't be introduced as that emergency item. Another member has to bring it up formally, and then it's going to be discussed before any official report can be heard.
There it is.
We'll keep you posted.
Always will. I want to let you know the very latest here as well. This is the Madison Brooks case. We understand that reality, what happened there. 2 of the people that police say are connected to her death due in court.
You see the photos here, Kaylon Washington and Kason Carver. We're going to be in that courtroom today to let you know what comes out of that hearing.
From there to, let's get you up to Zachary. Zachary police are looking for this man. Not quite sure who he is. Robbed, they say, a Dollar General store, took a bunch of stuff. This is the Dollar General in Plank Road?
In Zachary, that's right.
There it is.
If you know anything, maybe it looks familiar to you, go ahead and report that tip to Crime Stoppers or Zachary PD.
I want to get you here as well. Women's Hospital. We talk a lot. Look, welcome to October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They got a great class going on today at the Women's Wellness Center.
In fact, if you are interested in finding out, okay, what could my risk assessment be? This is a good place to go online and actually sign up for the class. So you're seeing the women's website right now, womens.org, breast cancer, are you at risk? They're going to have you fill out this form. It is a free class that's happening tonight from 5:30 to 6:30 at the Women's Center for Wellness. So they still have some seats available, about 21 of them, Matt, so it's a good opportunity to make sure you know what that risk is.
Easy enough. All right, jam time. Jam, jambalaya jam, right? United Way doing their thing today?
Yes, they are. You've already got cooks out there preparing some jambalaya, making sure that it is in tip-top tasting condition for all the folks coming out. If you want to drive by for lunch, well, they're starting that around 11 o'clock this morning. Town Square Boulevard there in downtown Baton Rouge. Make your way through, $10 a plate. maybe you want to go back for dinner. Maybe you want to try some other types of jambalaya.
All the options.
Come back 5 to 8 tonight.
We do it so well down. I mean, clearly we do it so well down here. The smell of jambalaya cooking is like few other. It really. Oh my
Wafting
goodness.
through downtown.
Everywhere. Ain't gonna be a bad place to be. Speaking of not a bad place to be, welcome to the Bluff. Welcome to homecoming week. All the week-long festivities leading up, of course, to the weekend. But depending on the day, there's just plenty going on.
We got a concert going on today. We got a pep rally tomorrow, the Greek Step Show tomorrow, and of course we've got the parade on Saturday and the game on Saturday. So come on, folks, get your SU gear on. Get ready to celebrate a big blowout homecoming.
Celebrating one winner. You know what? Look, none of us won it, obviously. I don't know, none of you did either. I'm happy for whoever did it. I'm actually kind of happy we get to get beyond this as well, because we've been talking a lot about it. It's just out there hanging around, $1 billion Powerball. We got a winner.
That's it. Lucky fella.
Lucky fella.
We don't know yet. One person won that $1.73 billion jackpot yesterday. So it ends for all of us, guys.
I thought it was him until y'all said California. He came in with a big old smile this morning. I'm like,
oh.
Wait a minute, you thought he would have come in?
If it was me, I wouldn't have come in.
Exactly, you thought he would have come in?
That's
it.
What do you...
I know better than that. He would have come in just for today to tell everybody, you know, he's leaving.
This shot would look like this.
That is a good case in point. Look at that. That's exactly it.
Jared?
Oh, maybe next time, though.
Do we know anybody north of Los Angeles where this thing was won?
That was the second time. The last $1 billion jackpot was right outside Los Angeles. What's up with that?
Gracious.
Yeah. Bring that money to, we need it brought to the other LA.
Yes, Louisiana, specifically Baton Rouge, specifically my pocket.
All right.
Bring that good juju here, Jared and Johnny. You just never know in our part of the world.
Never know.
Golly.
See you in 10 minutes, everybody.
The winning play is the Buy Here, Sell Here event at the Team Automotive Group. Buy here and save on hundreds of certified and pre-owned vehicles. Or sell here and we'll pay you top value. Buy here or sell here and you'll be the winner at every location of the Team Automotive Group.